welcome to the first video in 2022. Here are things you should know before buying an M3. Let's get started. You will find inconsistent panel gapping throughout the exterior of the car, around doors, front quarter panels, the hood, and front fascia. If you are a perfectionist, this may be disturbing. Not all M3s are created equal, and the M3's trunk key lock is no exception. Some late model M3s no longer include the trunk key lock. The rear trunk latch of the M3 can be a little finicky to operate. If you don't grasp the latch adequately and firmly, the trunk may fail to open. Placing pressure on the right-hand side of the handle seems to work best. The M3 only comes with a single central door locking system. One button on the dashboard locks and unlocks both doors at the same time. Essentially, the central door lock button is a toggle switch, and it is difficult to tell whether or not you're unlocking or locking the doors, especially at night. If the car is locked, you will need to pull the door handle twice, once to unlock and another to open the door. So get used to telling your guests that they need to pull the handle twice. When you close your door, the seatbelt butler delivers your seatbelt to you, and once buckled, retracts right back into its housing. The lack of cup holders included in this vehicle is quite apparent. There are only 2 cup holders in the front of the vehicle and none for the rear passengers. While these cup holders may be cool for the first couple of minutes, you'll soon discover that these cup holders will not be very practical, especially while driving. The labeling of the vent on-off switch may be a little confusing. It reminds me of binary code, 1 for on and 0 for off. In addition to setting the temperature using the automatic climate control, you also have a manual override to adjust the heating and cooling of the vehicle front to back. Since the manual temperature override is in effect all the time, be sure to set your preferred temperature for the front passengers and the rear passengers. It would have been nice to see a proper armrest included in the M3. However, I'm not sure if this was intended to be an armrest. It seems it may just serve the purpose of having an opening to access the ski door pass-through. Don't expect this armrest to provide any significant amount of support or comfort. The alarm system is not a standard feature on the M3, but it does come pre-wired for it. Adding the factory alarm system will enable the blinking light in the rearview mirror, among other things. Unfortunately, without an alarm system, some additional features are missing. If you lock the car, you will not hear the car honk. Since you will not receive an audio confirmation that the vehicle is locked, you will need to pay attention to the headlights, side markers, and taillights to confirm that the vehicle is locked. The key fob isn't going to win any awards with its looks or omission of a panic button. The button symbols and labels are a little bit confusing as well. The up arrow unlocks the vehicle while the BMW symbol locks the vehicle. Hold unlock for 3 seconds and all windows roll down. The backup camera did not come standard. Without the backup camera, you must rely on the park distance sensors to avoid obstacles. An optional camera is available and will occupy the left space of the trunk latch. The M3 doesn't have a lot of storage, but it's nice to know that you have some flip-out storage in each door. In 2009, the new updated iDrive along with its new controls were implemented. While these controls were a nice upgrade and well placed, there are some controls that are hard to reach. In my opinion, BMW placed the window and mirror controls too far away. In my opinion, the BMW battery management system is not as good when compared to other vehicle brands. With over 10 years of experience with this vehicle, I can safely say that this vehicle is having a hard time keeping a charge on the battery. You should know that I'm also not daily driving the Beamer, and I only put about 3,000 miles a year on the odometer, so only driving the vehicle once or twice a week, I'm definitely an edge case. If you're not using the car as a daily driver, then plan on purchasing a battery trickle system and charge the vehicle every 2 to 3 weeks. There are connections in the engine bay available to charge the battery. This makes it convenient, but also a hassle to have to charge it every 2 to 3 weeks. In order to save weight, the BMW does not include a spare tire. Instead, you will find a fix-a-flat kit as well as a small air compressor in the rear trunk. Contrary to what it might look like, the two-spoke mirror is not attached at the top. The carbon fiber roof of the M3 is a 1x1 weave. However, all of the performance package carbon fiber accessories that are for sale have a 1x2 weave. When purchasing aftermarket or OEM carbon fiber accessories, be sure to choose the correct weave. As a last resort, you may also consider painting your carbon fiber accessory to match your vehicle. I've had my performance package carbon fiber rear spoiler painted to match because it had a 1x2 weave. Although I preferred the 1x2 weave, it didn't match the roof, so therefore this was the only option I was happy with. The M3 has a dynamic red limit and is based on the temperature of the vehicle. On cold start, you will have a low rev limit, and after a few minutes, it will slowly adjust the tachometer. The dual clutch transmission will sometimes engage the wrong driving mode after having reversed. Most of the time it will be in manual mode, but sometimes you will see automatic mode. To remedy this, just flick the gear selector one more time to the right. Every M3 owner has their preferred driving mode and shift setting. It is unfortunate that the M3 does not recall your latest setting. If you have a specific setting you'd like to use, be sure to assign it to the M button. Some drivers will expect to use their vehicle on the track. Just know that the OEM braking system will fade after repeated use. If you're expecting to track this vehicle, be prepared for an upgrade. To unlock the extra shift setting, be sure to hold down the DSC button for a few seconds until it disengages, then select the shift setting. The throttle mapping is non-linear. Mashing down the accelerator may not get the results you want. If you want to engage a more aggressive throttle response, you can do so by pressing the power button on the center console. The original M3 came with a lot of chrome bits and pieces, which didn't look too flattering. The car's looks actually improved once the LCI taillights became available, as well as the competition package. This is my 2009 M3 that I've updated to look more like the competition package M3 with the black side markers, the GTS wheels, as well as the black hood scoops and the black matte grille. I've added a mode carbon front splitter which looks more like the GTS version. I also added the painted side reflectors. And I've added the Euro LCI taillights, which come with the amber blinkers. I also added the performance package rear spoiler, which is carbon fiber that I've painted white to match. The car is also slightly lowered on iBox springs, but I'm currently not running any spacers. The interior has the 2009 iDrive system, which is the first year the upgraded iDrive became available with a wider screen and the new knob. And finally, for the exhaust system, I'm currently running the Borla Attack. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you've liked the video or you've gotten value out of it, please consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that notification button so that you receive future notifications when videos go live. Have a good 2022, guys.